Hello and welcome to episode 2 of On the Cube Leadership Podcast. We were with myself, Craig O'Sullivan, and Dr. Rod St. Hill, the business pastor. Hi, Dr. Rod. Welcome back.
It's great to be with you again, Craig.
Awesome. And look, as we did last week and we will be doing every week, we will be looking at a few key events that have happened in pop culture, in the political realm, in the business realm, in the ministry realm, and also looking at the Bible on how we can draw metaphors from those events to become better leaders. And last week tended to be, we never planned for it, but it tended to have a bit of a theme. And so this week ended up having a bit of a theme as well. And the main overall theme we're going to be looking at today is the exit. That's right. Like there is always so much awkwardness around people exiting, people being fired, business partnerships breaking up, leadership leaving either in business or in ministry or in the church or whatever. Like it's awkward, but there's a lot of lessons we can learn to actually do it well. It doesn't have to be awkward. And so we're going to be looking at a few of those points today. But before we get into that, Dr. Rod, have you ever experienced, let's say, an awkward exit?
Look, I haven't myself. All of my exits have been pretty happy ones, actually. And I've been moving on to something different that I believe the Lord has led me to. But I have been in situations where others have left badly. And it can be very difficult, not only for the person who leaves, but also for the others who don't. And, you talked about things like redundancies and so on. That can have a significant impact on morale of those who are left behind.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It does. It seems awkward for everyone. And I suppose there's a number of different examples that we're actually going to talk about today and highlight maybe some key areas in different of these stories to be able to learn better. Look, I'll admit, like I've been on, I would say, the receiving end of poor exits at times. And I suppose that was actually part of one of the determining factor of OnPurposeCUBED, our leadership development program that we've launched, is we're on a mission to eradicate poor leadership, and because we see so much of it, and there's so much awkwardness about it, and people are leaving because of poor leadership, and they're hurt and feel unfulfilled or whatever. But also, I actually feel like there's a lot of, let's call them exits, that are perceived incorrectly, and I suppose that's what we want to shed a light on today as well. And as I share in my program, in our leadership program, we never want to actually talk about the specific situations because I don't want to point fingers at anyone. I don't blame anyone. I don't hold any remorse for anyone or anything like that. So any bad experience that I've had with bad exits in the past, I just chalk them up to lessons and I don't hold anything against them. So we encourage you, as we're talking about these poor exits, I'm sure you can think of some bad exits that you have been a part of, maybe been responsible for, or maybe even been on the receiving end of. But today we want to emphasize love, right? We want to emphasize love and care. This is becoming a better leader is actually more about looking at ourselves at how we can become better, not necessarily pointing the finger at what other people did wrong. So I don't want you to use this as an excuse to grab your pitchforks and torches and go raging against whoever it was that you may have been involved with a bad exit. But we just want to encourage you to learn something that you can help become a better leader with that. Hey, you just watched an excerpt from our On the Cube Leadership podcast. If you'd like to see the full episodes, check out our YouTube channel and consider subscribing.